Three things a narcissist will risk everything for. Unbelievable. The narcissist's obsession with control. There is one thing a narcissist craves more than love, more than success, more than truth, and that's control. Control is their oxygen. It's the invisible puppet strings they pull silently, violently, to keep everyone dancing around them. They'll twist words, rewrite history, and flip your emotions upside down, all for the sick thrill of knowing they've got power over your reality. You ever feel like you're walking on eggshells around someone? That's not an accident, that's control. That's the carefully crafted environment a narcissist creates to keep you unsteady, unsure, second guessing yourself. Because when you doubt your instincts, your memory, your truth, they win. And here's the kicker: they'd rather destroy the whole room than give up their position at the head of the table. They will risk losing a marriage to maintain control. They will burn bridges with family just to avoid being questioned. They will sabotage careers, friendships, and even their own mental health, because to them, losing control feels like death. They built an identity around being the one who dictates, dominates, and defines the rules. Without that, they have nothing. But here's the wild part: control isn't just about others. It's about the illusion they have over themselves. The narcissist can't face their inner chaos. So instead, they control their environment like a tyrant with a fragile ego. They become master manipulators because they can't afford to be vulnerable. Control is their defense mechanism. It's how they protect the lie they live. They don't trust love unless they control it. They don't trust praise unless they orchestrated it. They don't believe in peace unless they manufacture the illusion of it. Everything they do is a strategy to remain above criticism, beyond reach, and ahead of exposure. And if you threaten that control, buckle up, because they'll unleash hell. You think they care about fairness? Nope. Fairness threatens control. You think they care about truth? Only if they can weaponize. Care about healing? Only if it puts them back in charge. This is why arguments with a narcissist go nowhere. You bring facts, they bring distortion. You bring vulnerability, they bring domination. It's not about resolution, it's about control. They'll risk being exposed as a liar just to maintain the upper hand in a conversation. They'll flip the blame back on you with such confidence that you start to wonder if you're the crazy one. That's the trap. They don't want to be right, they want to be in charge. The conversation, the emotions, the memory itself, they want to own it all. And here's where it gets sinister: they don't even need to be loud to control. Some do it with silence, stonewalling, ghosting. They train you to beg for scraps of attention, and when you do, they win. They've got you dancing. You're now seeking their validation, apologizing for things you didn't do, desperate to make things right. That's not peace. That's manipulation disguised as reconciliation. You have to see it for what it is. This is not love. This is not connection. This is a one-way contract where your worth is measured by how well you obey. And if you ever dare to assert yourself, watch out. The mask slips, the rage erupts, the punishment begins, because to them, independence is betrayal, self-respect is rebellion, and the narcissist punishes rebellion. They don't just want to control you, they want to own the version of you that they created. The obedient one, the quiet one, the one who makes them feel superior. And if you start to grow, if you find your voice, if you call them out, you've just declared war on their illusion. And they will do anything to regain control. They'll rewrite the narrative. Suddenly you were always the problem. You were too emotional, too needy, too selfish. They'll recruit others, smear your name. Flip the script, because in their story, they must always be the hero, or at worst, the misunderstood victim. Admitting fault would mean losing control of the narrative, and they'd rather lose you than face that. Here's the truth: the moment you start seeing their control tactics is the moment their power begins to break. Awareness is your weapon. Boundaries are your armor. You don't need to fight them, you just need to see them clearly. Because when you no longer respond the way they expect, the whole house of cards begins to shake. And the scariest thing for them, you walking away. Not screaming, not crying, just walking. Because when you walk, you take their power with you. You take back your voice. You take back your clarity. You shatter their illusion. You rise. The dangerous drug of admiration. A narcissist doesn't just want admiration, they need it. It's not a preference, it's an addiction. You see, for most people, compliments are nice, praise feels good, but for a narcissist, praise is oxygen. Admiration is their fix. It's the fuel that keeps their entire false identity alive. Without it, they begin to suffocate. They'll chase admiration like a junkie chases their next high. They'll do anything, say anything, become anything if it means they can bask in the spotlight just one more time. But here's the difference between admiration and real connection. Admiration doesn't require intimacy. It doesn't require truth. It doesn't require love. It's shallow. It's performative. It's one directional. And that's exactly why narcissists prefer it. They'll shapeshift into the person they think you want them to be: charming, charismatic, generous, but it's not real. It's bait. And once they've got your admiration, they own you, because now your validation feeds their ego. Your approval becomes their mirror. And once you're hooked, they don't have to earn it anymore. They expect it. But admiration fades. Attention shifts. People stop clapping. That's when the panic sets in. The narcissist starts spiraling, not because they lost something real, but because they lost their reflection. That false self they parade around, it only exists as long as people keep applauding. And when the applause dies, so does their illusion. So what do? They manufacture admiration. They fish for compliments. They exaggerate their accomplishments. They lie about their image. They post curated versions of their life online, not for connection, but for applause. They need to be seen as special, unique, superior, and they don't care how they get it. If admiration ever becomes inconvenient, they'll switch sources: new friends, new partners, new followers. Loyalty means nothing to a narcissist when admiration is on the line. They will abandon a 10-year relationship in pursuit of a fresh admirer, because to them, your history together doesn't matter as much as your ability to worship them right now. They'll risk their family's trust. They'll risk their partner's heart. They'll risk their own dignity just to keep the admiration flowing. And when people stop admiring them, that's when the smear campaigns start. That's when they suddenly become the victim. They'll twist the narrative, paint you as the villain, and cry injustice all to maintain the illusion that they are still worthy of praise. You've probably seen it. They'll walk into a room and make it about them within seconds. They'll hijack a conversation just to hear the sound of their own voice. They don't listen to understand. They listen for their cue to perform. And if they're not the center of attention, they'll either fake humility or create drama, anything to get the spotlight back. But here's the secret they don't want you to know. Behind the craving for admiration is a deep, bottomless pit of insecurity. The louder they boast, the emptier they are. The more desperate they are for applause, the more terrified they are of silence. Because in the silence, the truth shows up. And the truth is,